And good evening. Welcome to the Deltahead stream. I am James Howell. And tonight, we're resuming Echo Night Beyond Part 4. I missed last week's stream, had some life stuff I needed to do, and we are back. I have followed through again on my strategy for getting through Echo Night that does not clearly signal what the puzzles are for the keys that you locate, and have got an old school FAQ up on my telephone. Very few times in the history of the stream that I am in fact scrolling on my phone while we're live. So unfortunately, no Santo or Blue Demon movies this week. I've watched them, but I haven't had the time to put them together. Something I would very much like to show y'all is an archive of the fight between El Solitario and Dr. Wagner, the final match between them, where Dr. Wagner was unmasked by El Solitario. It's a good match, has a lot of good signature moves, solid struggle, and even if you know how it's going to end, still has the emotional impact because you get to watch this guy's career end, and knowingly, of course. It's something that he surely is not that surprised by happening, but the emotion is there, and it's powerful. I'm trying to pull up chat here. And great. And for those who like the wider world of wrestling, there is a major sumo tournament going on, and if you should like to watch some of that in the evening, I think it's getting pretty close to the end. If you search out Midnight Sumo, Twitch channel, it is streaming that the last day of that tournament. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's nice to return to wrestling as a contest rather than a performance. To kind of balance all that out. But with all that said, we're going to hop back into Echo Night Beyond. Let's see here, fellow. Where are you? There you are. See, how loud is this thing? Decent. Good. Other than that, been reading a lot of Chinese poetry and translation by David Hinton, one of my favorite translators of medieval Chinese poetry, or feudal Chinese poetry. Specifically the works of Li Po and Tu Hu, which just gorgeous work. And this thing about Chinese poetry of that era is it is so emotionally accessible now. It doesn't have the sort of spare qualities of a lot of Japanese poetry of the similar period and later, and it gives much more space to a rich tactile description, as opposed to the sort of evocation and gesture that I think characterizes a lot of Japanese poems of the time. So yeah, it's great to be revisiting that. Let's see. And have been playing a lot of Metal Gear Online 2 on the fan servers. It's good to get back into that. It's also wild, especially at this point in life, to be trash talked to as if I had the time or energy to be baited into that kind of pissing contest. All right, now let's see, where are we? Notes. Ghost seen sitting on the floor of the gravity training room. Right, this guy wants a chocolate bar, which we need to find. Oliver Molybden. 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 I wonder what that is. Consumed a lot of food, still hungry. That's the little boy who was holding on to the back of our helmet as we trudged slowly and then had to solve that puzzle by cleaning a mirror, somewhat unexpectedly. Alright, so we're off in search of candy. And yeah, let's take a look at our map. Where are we? Monitor room 2. Food storage warehouse. That's certainly where I want to be. Where's the ladies' room? Where's the... Yeah, gravity training room. Okay, so he's there, and food is probably in food storage warehouse. Let's take a look there. Oh boy, we've got fog. Do I hear something moving around? Who's talking and what are they saying? I'm freaking out. All right. Let's see, 1 second. While there. Good. That the candy bar storage. This is candy. Is this candy? No, this is a battery pack. Or is it? Yep, that's a battery pack. But is it chocolate flavored? And would that also meet my criteria? Okay, so I don't know if whatever this is actually going to try to kill me, or if I'm just freaking out about it because it's the first time I've seen it. Because they don't... Alright, here we go. Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's really gonna kill me. Cool, 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 cool. We're out. Let's go, 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 go. Where am I? Oh no, it's not gonna tell me where the map. Oh, I'm dead. I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. Or, this a waste? I'm dead. Yep, cardiac arrest. Evening, Shogi. Good to see you. I agree. I agree, and I think, you know, dogs do as well. I remember one time I was walking across the kitchen barefoot after having been outside, you know, in soil and that sort of thing, and stepping on a piece of ravioli that that had fallen on the floor through happenstance. And it squished, sort of, you know, burst the pasta lining, and then a dog came up immediately and gulped it right up. So, good job, dog. How are you, Shogi? So, this guy looks like he is, like, absolutely blocking my path. So I probably need to clear out the fog. Oh, nice! Did it feel like a professional haircut experience? And have you just been growing your hair out, or getting it cut by friends? Okay, camera 3, I think, is the one that we want. No? Oh, wait, no. There we go. There he is. Whoop. Wrong button. Oh. I haven't cut my own hair in quite a while. Bold of you. Is he picking up chocolate? What does he have on his back? It looks like he's got like a broken arm of some sort. But so he is definitely on the other side of this elevator. And I can't talk to him. Oh, I believe it. I believe it, unless you just sort of... Which, I mean, I know some folks do. For that reason. Fisheries station. Okay. Fisheries control room. That might be what I'm looking for. Let's take a look. Employee workstation. Looks like a bunch of busted monitors. System control panel. Evening, Dan. It's good to see you. There's something written. Ventilation control device. That's what I'm looking for. So I gotta get in here. I wonder if there are ghosts in the room approaching it. Ah! Oh, do I have to lure him to the camera that I'm using? Wait, what was that? Oh. Yeah, I got a, yeah, I don't like you. Standard, sort of, would get like barbershop haircuts for the longest time. And then once I moved here, I found somebody who cut my hair very well, and have gone to her for that ever since. It's nice to have somebody that you trust for something like that. Are you gonna come up here and manhandle this camera? Yes, you are. Ah, I don't like it. I don't like that you know that I'm on the other end. Yeah, Shogi. Same. Same. And my hairstyle needs are not super ambitious. But there is enough of a difference to, there's enough of a difference between just regular, you know, like I said, regular barbershop style haircut and something that looks decent. Although, you know, I have noticed when I go back home, to South Carolina, and I go out and about, I do stand out because my hair is done the way that it is, and not sort of a very close barbershop style cut. I'm definitely from the visual signs are that I'm definitely from somewhere else at that point. Why, thank you very much. I'd consider myself the leading man of my life, so I am my own main character. Yeah, again? Okay, so quick index here. There are 3 cameras. 1, 2. Let's just zoom all the way out so I get a sense of where things are. 3. And whichever one I use draws this guy to it. So that will be my way of getting around. I can get into the fishery station from the passage. No, not that one. From that hallway. So I probably want to pull that guy over to camera number 2. Camera number 2. Well, not so much of a sign. It's just it's just sort of a standard men's haircut. You know, you go to a barber shop and there's a kind of a single way that gets cut. And I have more length in my hair, and the length varies more. So that's it's not like a sign, as in like something that has like a describable meaning, but it indicates that I take care of myself in a way that is sort of not as often done. And yes, Dan, I agree. So I want this guy. Which camera is the one that's the furthest out of my way? Okay, I'm going to check camera 3 and see if that... Alright, let's go here. I might have to just go in there and see what happens, even though I don't like that at all. So I'm pretty sure that's where I come in. That's the door I'm going to come in through. And I'm going to bolt down this way. Well, I don't think of it so much as I don't think it signals hygiene so much as signifies like sort of caring about the way that I look aesthetically, in a way that's not sort of not just sort of conventional for the area. So. I heard heavy breathing. Alright, well, camera one, gonna lure this guy over here, and then we're gonna try to do what said we're gonna do. Where'd he go? There he is. So yeah, I'm gonna come in there, come in from right over there, and then I'm going to take a right and go around and see what that does for me. Alright. Wait, no, camera number two. Camera number two is what I want. Oh, wow, cool, my heart rate increased by that happening. Alright, so camera number two. That's where we're going. So, alright, camera number one is right there. I'm pretty sure I can just talk to that guy? Who knows? But at any rate, I'm just gonna run around. Is this oh wait, I want to go to the right. Yep, right. Here we go. Yes. Let's turn on that vent. That's... there we go. Later, ghosts. Well, I've got to go talk to them first, but still. Chill out, ghosts. Kind of. That's funny. Password. The valve is locked. So, 8 possible characters. Probably doesn't use that many, but that's good to know. Oh man, this tower is... oh, is that a tower or is that a bunch of books? I think it's a bunch of books. Books on marine biology, thank you. Dan, did you ever play Metal Gear Online as part of Metal Gear Solid 4's disc package? Hello, camera ghost, who's now probably friendly. Where you at? Hanging around on a camera? Like, what's the deal? I've been playing the fan server reboot. Did I turn something on? And have been enjoying it once more. It has now become sort of a little part of my daily routine. Hop on for 30 minutes. And I found that, gosh, I mean, my aim was never sort of like esports quality in the first place, but it has gotten, it's gotten much worse as time has gone on. Maybe I need to do something in the Valve control room. So I am having to resort to a variety of the clever ways of playing the game. I'm just impressed by how bad my aim and my reaction time is in an online multiplayer now. I just have to accept that those days are gone. They have all of these fish in here? I don't know if they have all of these fish in here. Yeah, well, the thing... Oh, hello. The thing that's great about MGO2 is that it has, like, underneath the surface of a competent shooter... oh, I probably need to input this code. Oh. What is an 8-letter name here that uses the first few letters of the alphabet? Yeah, but underneath the surface of a competent shooter, there's a lot of really, really goofy stuff in there that that makes it a lot of fun. So I am probably looking for a name that uses only the letters A, B, C, D, and E. Honestly, the Metal Gear Online is the only one. COD. No, that's just because we're talking about online shooters. Dace. But Dace is it. No. Ah. No. Boom. Can I identify what words are made of what letters or what? Answer is yes, I can. Yeah, no, I play my general strategy is shenanigans. So I like to use the cardboard box a lot. There's a high level box skill that lets you charge like a bull inside your cardboard box and send enemies flying. There's a riot shield that you can use to block gunfire that a lot of players don't quite know what to do with. You have obviously low firepower in that instance, but man, it's amazing watching how many players just like as soon as you put that shield up, it's like a challenge, and they want to go after you regardless of who else is actually shooting at them. It's pretty impressive. It's a really interesting phenomenon. Oh, hello. Come on, Richard. Chill, I think he's fine. So he needs some sort of amulet. Oh yeah, the oil barrel is a great thing too. The only downside to a lot of the shenanigan items and weapons in Metal Gear Online 2 is that a lot of times they require 2 hits to like really have full effect, and a lot of times, sort of, you know, you kind of want to. I kind of feel like the game should reward you if you were clever enough to get the drop on somebody for some, you know, bullshit weapon in the first place, instead of having to ask you to follow up. But you know, it is that's fine for what it is. So now I'm looking for amulet. Maybe it's in the other tank. Oh no, wait! I was in looking through the camera. I got the notification or a little message pop up that there was something at the bottom. So maybe tacos? No, tac 8. There it is. So what is your amulet? And who are you? Because Richard can divine this information just by talking to you once. What is that? Interesting. How's your reading, Dan? I I've been reading translations of ancient Chinese poetry by a guy named David Hinton, whose work I like quite a lot, and wanted to recommend it to you. All right. Collar. Here you go, buddy. What? So he doesn't want the amulet? Yeah. Victor Nickel. We have tungsten. We have Aron, which could be iron following this this rubric. Nickel. So I wonder if these are some sort of... Oh! Elements! Elements, not metals strictly, but, yeah. Except for Ivanov, which is not an element. But, yeah, weird naming convention. Co-pilot aboard the shuttle came here to hide from the ghosts. Ghosts seen wandering areas of the facility engulfed in fog. Searching for someone, there's much hatred for the fog in his voice. Yet why does he continue to venture into the affected areas? Ghost located in the food storage warehouse. He is pounding a can in frustration, trying to get it open. This is like a Sylvester and Tweety Bird cartoon. Need to find the can opener. Well, he doesn't seem to want the amulet. Maybe I have to get the captain. Maybe the captain is the thing that he needs. So I'm gonna head back to that. Oh, maybe he left this area. The guy with the hatred and the anger and everything, he left this area to go to another area with fog. You know what? Let's save after that. I received a blistering comment on one of my YouTube videos from 2009, I think it was. Anyways, a really old thing. Somebody observing. No, it was the CQC tutorial for Metal Gear Solid 3 using the DualShock 2's pressure-sensitive buttons and sort of demonstrating how those work and expressing shock that I quote, an old generation gamer knew how to use the left and right analog sticks in tandem. Just cutting me to the quick, man. Alright, so there's still fog in here. Right? Evening swimming. Yeah, I think it was pretty good. It was a good little. It was done well. I remember realizing, you know what? If I just showed people how this worked on the controller, that would be great. But I have to tell you, it was difficult to both record the footage on the screen and also have to sort of do this, because bear in mind I didn't have a webcam at the time. I actually just had a digital camera with a video record function, so I had to orchestrate that. I think the pressure-sensitive buttons are a neat gimmick, but I don't feel like they. I mean, they didn't last past like the PlayStation 3, right? So I think it sounds like Sony kind of agreed that this wasn't something they were going to keep up with. Man, if you want rough pressure sensitive gameplay, go for the Pliskin hold up missions in Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence's VR missions, because so on those, if you do a light press on the pressure sensitive button, Snake or Raiden will lift the AR up without firing it, and then you have to press down really hard to fire it, which is the opposite of like a SOCOM or whatever, right? Because you press that down and it fires on release, whereas the ARs fire on press and hold. So in order to do the hold up, you have a full gun, full magazine for your AR, and you have to very lightly tap it behind them so you don't like blast through them when you're trying to hold them up. I failed that many times. Well, he complained about losing his amulet, which I found, and this is the point where I'm going to look it up on an FAQ. Okay, so I did all that. Uh, I mean, for me, the answer is formatting. An FAQ is something that I think of as a text document meant for game facts with a limited character width that you have to manually enforce. Okay. All right. Go up the ramp to your right, stairs to your right, valve wheel, double doors to your left, go down the ladder. When you're at the bottom of the ladder, go to the far corner to find the ghost and talk to it. Go back up, go out of the doors and down the stairs. Up the stairs in front of you, use the little control panel. Raise the floor of the fish tank. The floor is fully raised, light will change. Open, go in. Grab the amulet, go back to where the ghost is, and give him the amulet. You need to do it from his side. Oh my god, I'm really glad I looked at that. So that is one of the reasons why we are using an FAQ for this game. That's funny, I will call it game facts. I will not call it game FAQs. But I will not call them facts. I will call them FAQs. Now, Swimmy, sometimes I think about my old generation gamer brain and think about, so I've been thinking after reading, there's an article in The Atlantic about why the past 10 years have been uniquely dumb as a result of social media sort of screwing up a lot of traditional discourse, and it's wild to me that all that messing around with door games and BBSs in high school was that there's a line from that to all this nonsense. It's crazy. There! Oh my god, that's got to be like one step away. The only thing he needed to pass on was a placebo. The irony being that he needed the placebo. Therefore, the placebo was, in fact, uniquely effective. Chocolate coin! Oh, yeah! This Christmas stocking grade chocolate is gonna get me get that ghost out of my way. Possibly. I think it was a 2022 piece that was recommended in my subscription. Sort of like a little bundle. They will give you recommended stories and the like. Usually right. I think that they are fairly good at accessible writing about technology. Internet and such. Ah! Dude. Freaking me out, man. Oh, wait. This is the captain. Maybe? No, this isn't the guy. This is... Ivan? Ivanov? Where you going, man? Yeah, no, I looked at Threads and Blue Sky and I thought, on the one hand, there is the FOMO that I'm sure is driving everybody to sign up immediately, and then I think, one of the things that I personally want to do is engage less online. So, the only way to win that game is not to play. So I have intentionally not signed up for that nonsense. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know if I would consider. I think social media refers to a very specific kind of discourse organization. But platforms that were social, like PHP, BB message boards, and the like, definitely were part of my finding, common interests and things like that among folks. Being in an area that had fewer people who were as interested in video games and stuff like that as I was. Wow, maybe that was the vengeful ghost that got him. I don't know. I don't think so, because I think of social media as being a little more asymmetrical than this is. Um, this is a little more intentionally performative, rather than having the illusion of sort of that rather than having that illusion of intimacy that could somehow be your big break into a world of virality. um, I feel like my expectations for this are and what it seems to actually do is much more humble. Basically, in wider social media, I think that the adoption of that platform by friends, family, and that sort of thing enables you to have bring a network offline onto it, and I don't think the same thing is true of Twitch. I think that's a much more performance-based platform. Yeah, well, I mean that's what I mean. It's like social media is this really awful thing that I don't like to participate in, and only do so because it's what many people who I care about genuinely use. So it's worth the price of admission to do that, even if Facebook does try to advertise things to me that I've been talking about and I haven't like searched online for, or tries to make like purchasing suggestions based on what it thinks my life is like, um, which is just really creepy, and just it's a big red flag to just stay away from it. Uh, and But other than that, this is a media platform that is social, so that's a different thing for me. Yeah, Dan, I agree. I think that's a much more succinct way of getting at the difference I'm trying to describe. Here's your chocolate. Can ghosts eat chocolate without taking off the foil? I would like to know. Well, it's interesting because I feel like Twitch actually manages to do something similar to what old message boards used to do, which is find people of a niche interest and connect them. Um, like niche video game boards and things like that. And the audience for this is fairly focused, and the folks who dig the kind of stuff that we do here are going to be sort of a self-selecting audience, right? And for you yourself, you're part of the shogi community, and that also is an audience that the subject matter and the tone sort of curates itself. So it's a way of building community in a way that maybe is a little more organic in the way that that those older message boards used to be. Okay, so I gotta deliver many of these things to you. I want to know what happened to the foil wrapper. But yeah, so it's like, you know, when I quit smoking, one of the most effective ways to do that was not to buy another pack. So, one of the most effective ways not to have a social media footprint is not to sign up for the new hotness. So I'm fine with that. Have I already done this? Gravitation. Oh. What if this gets me anything by... What if there's anything to be gained by going in there when the gravity is off? Oh, I can't go in there when the gravity is off. That is what is to be gained by doing that. Cool. Alright, so back to the FAQ. What? Okay. Yeah, and Shogi, I've thought about that recently. You know, I've started doing all of my media, all my media, YouTube stuff, all of my writing, as an enthusiast, and because I've turned it into, like, you know, a job and a career, I think of it as a little more directed than just a hobbyist. But but yeah, I did all that because I cared about the subject matter, not because... See, man, how am I supposed to know I can do this? Chocolate coin. I did that because I really care about the content, and not because I necessarily wanted, you know, that sort of... The sort of influencer mindset is just not mine. So, I've thought about it. Like, when I was in high school, one of the things that I wanted to be was like a DJ, like a radio DJ, right? And that seemed very cool to me because, you know, I thought DJs were cool. Made jokes, played music, that sort of thing. Reached out, spoke to people, and I find, like, I have to find, like, an analogy internally for like, why, like, how to think about influencer as an aspiration for a younger person. And I think that's like the closest I can come up with. Yeah, that's the closest I can come up with. Interesting. Now, before I took a, you know, took a several month long hiatus due to life circumstances back in 2021, I think I drew in folks who were not, like, regulars on a more regular basis. And I've noticed since booting it back up, that is not something that has returned as part of the stream experience, and that is a-okay. That is a-okay. All right, so Are there any more weird seats to be lifted that do not signal that they can be lifted? Do I have to mash my face against everything and press X like a old PlayStation 1 adventure game? Cat collar. Stop the gravity. What? Alright, here we go. So, there's supposed to be... There it is! There's the final chocolate coin. I was about to go running all over those areas just to find that thing. Can I possibly get you... Is there anything here that you could drink? Maybe? Crushed cans? No. Well, I'm going to look it up. Once you have given him all the chocolate, take the can opener at his feet. Did I miss a drink or something? Is there a... Okay. Is there a drink that I missed? That is not at his feet. But now I have the automatic can opener. Bah. Okay. All right. It's kind of starting to make sense here. I sometimes wonder if you know, if my audience count would increase if I started doing more Metal Gear stuff again. But you know, it's been what, like, when did Metal Gear Solid 5 come out? Like 2015? It has been 8 years since a new Metal Gear game was released. I don't think Metal Gear is obscure by any means, but I'm kind of thinking that, you know, without having had a recent release in quite some time, Metal Gear might be more of a niche audience now than it had been when I was doing, you know, in my heyday of doing Metal Gear stuff. Alright, I'm going to try and give this can opener to this guy and see if this will make him happy. Alright, here you go, my man. I'm probably going to die. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna die. Well, peace out, Richard. It's been nice. Oh man, I'm not a fan of the blinding effect that Panic has. I mean, it's if it happened a little more gradually, and if turning on the light did more against it. Interesting. Maybe. Maybe that would be a thing to do. Oh. Oh, these are some frankly bonkers solutions that this requires interacting with the environment in a way that is again just not signaled, and that I do in next to no other situation. Oh right, I remember that. Word of that happening. So that's the machine control panel. That's the ventilation control panel. And according to this thing, oh wait, no, he's right here. Isn't he? What's happening?
This is all the food we have left. Director, our company will. This facility.
That's the painter. Oh, this red stone shows up in the other games too. Oh, that's cool. What a neat thing to sort of stumble upon. There's a little green flashy light, and there was a memory attached to it. That's cool. I like that it didn't tutorialize that much. Yeah, so interesting. What makes that sort of unguided discovery feel okay and cool to me, but not the unguided discoveries of all the other things in the environment, like the solution that I'm going to have to take here. Yeah, there are some games that are just clearly part of the zeitgeist, and I think there's a natural draw for that. And that's all right. I'm not. Excuse me. My I think of my draw has never been exactly accessibility. So I expect that many folks will probably not stick around, which is fine. All right. So there's some kind of box over here that I gotta make noise with. Is it this? I'm supposed to access this thing. How am I supposed to access it? Ah! Okay. So I'm supposed to open up that box and then use my employee ID card on the card reader. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Try this again. So he's going to hear this thing when I open it. And I've got to run really fast. In order to get to where I need to go. I'm going to wait for my heart rate to drop. How to open box. There we go. I think I might be dead anyway. Oh, that's great. All right, one more time. That was. Wonder, did I save after I got that cool little cutscene? I wonder, you know, Echo Knight games are full of little things like that where you need to do a number of hidden things you might not expect to be there. Let me see if I can watch it and then save right after that. Yeah, I know. I just gotta... Richard's gotta be better at boxes. Okay, so yeah, so there's a little green residue. Bzzzt.
This is all the food we have left. I see. Still mine as planned. Director, our company will. This facility.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm very interested in I think it was older design threads that either got abandoned because certain design methods or formats or styles were adopted as best practices because they were successful, and other sort of ideas got left behind. Some for a very good reason, some simply because they weren't the thing that caught fire. And so, especially these older Japanese games, these are the games that made me. These are the games that made me want to make like real story games outside of Maniac Mansion. So I have special affection for them. And it does kind of kill me how inaccessible so much of this stuff is. There's almost this feeling of being robbed because, these things were current and going off the shelf at like $15 a pop in the used bin when I was like in my 20s, right? So it feels like there's like this sense of like I don't know. There's almost this weird sense of entitlement to being able to have access to these things that were my young adulthood or childhood. And so for this, for example, to be like $100 disc only, is kind of disheartening. Feels wrong. All right. So does my heart rate drop back down to 80? Does it go lower than that? No. Alright. There we go. Here we are. Oh, am I in front of it enough? Probably not. No! Ah! Oh no, this might be a good time to use a syringe. This might be what those are best saved for. So, like, yeah, as far as, like, my instincts as to, an adventure puzzle gamer, the window for success on this is so slim that I would just assume that this is like, the wrong way to solve this problem. Let's see. Come on, man. No. All right. Use this window. Woo! Oh man, that was like right on the edge, all those other attempts. Alright, can opener man. Where are you? Is this you? Oh man, sympathy for this guy is like dropping with every single one of those, especially when we get to like loyal maids. It's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I don't, my pity for you is diminished. Super wealthy space tourist, sorry. Like loyal, like what kind of tests of loyalty, like alligator choked ponds and you know, in this sort of thing, having to venture through them. All right, here is. Oh, automatic can opener. Zzz. You might not recognize it. Your loyal maids might have been the ones doing this for you back at home. I think this man is just so sheltered from day-to-day activity that the ghosts in the fog didn't kill him. That's this inability to identify food. It's true. It's true. He's so sheltered that his wife starved because he couldn't identify food and spent too much time trying to open the not food. Oh my god. He was finally able to pass on because I revealed his foolishness to him. That rules. Oh no, wait. Fuel canister? A small tin of solid fuel. Oh my god. Guess I'll be taking this back. Evening, Space Hamlet. You just missed you just missed a great moment. But I hope you can catch it on the archive. Just ran into a man who was so sheltered from the moment to moment of existence that he couldn't identify food, and man. Yes, Dan. Wait, what? What are you giving me here? There's something. Oh. No, wait! I want that! I want it! Don't. Ha! Man, even the carbonated beverages are ghosts. The expiration date is past. Yeah, you couldn't cryogenically freeze them with them. Something ethics, something human rights. And Shogi, I feel similarly, but I do think that I am nonetheless savvy enough not to try to apply a can opener to a tin of solid fuel. All right, my dude. Here is your soft drink. Aren't they all about the postmodern condition? That just seems like a thing that could be just like thrown out there and be valid in any conversation. How are you, Space Hamlet? So yeah, so we do have we have quite a pair here. We have guy who can't identify food, and then we have guy who identifies food a little, just like too obsessively, such that it keeps him from passing on. Awesome. I congratulate you on your recovery. A hall-like place with a work area sign. And yeah, this is I don't know if maybe it's like the setting doesn't quite ring with FromSoft, because which, I mean, Armored Core has a science fiction setting. I don't know, is Armored Core an outer space gothic game? Because I don't think FromSoft has made many of those outside of this one. Well, I had my chips, had my chocolate, had my soft drink. I guess I'm just gonna go to sleep right here. But I mean, in terms of like other games, or the supernatural setting, regardless, can you think of any space settings? Okay. Excuse me. All right, so control passage has yet to be activated. I have solid fuel. What I count as space? I mean, in this instance, I guess it is set on the moon, so space would be extraterrestrial, not necessarily unmoored from any body with gravity, but just off Earth. All right. What? Oh. I mean, this is not necessarily the experience of discovery that I often hope to have while streaming a game, but I'll take it. Interesting. You know, in my mind, I think I conflate Armored Core with Zone of the Enders. As far as Doom, excuse me. I mean, Doom does technically count as space, but I don't feel like it has quite the vacuum of nothingness vibe that I think a space setting. I think most space settings have at least some sort of existential isolation aspect to the setting. Although there is the sort of Star Wars space opera thing where the great vacuum of space is less emphasized than the bonds that connect us no matter what planet we're on. Alright. Here you go, FAQ. I would never think to do this, but so there were rations on there that I needed to cook. And there they are. Let's take a look at this. Can I zoom in and read that label? I want to read the packaging. It doesn't seem that I'm able to. Vegetables. That's what it says. It says vegetables. Do I eat it? Okay. No, I do not eat the vegetables. Alright, magic website. Where do I go next? And I would love it if FromSoft made another Duracine. What? Now the plants are picked up, and they weren't before. And apparently doing the rations caused that to happen. Ah! Why would I think that happened? Ah. Oh. Well, here you go. Here is food. I guess this makes me one of your loyal maids now. And in any other game, I would expect there to be like a monster at the end of this hallway that I've just activated. I think that if they made it without the VR angle, yes, it would lose something. I think the value of the VR angle is, frankly, the ability to sort of like... if it weren't in VR, I think the interface would be largely something like this, which I think would feel very walking sim-y in a way that I don't know if FromSoft would greenlight. What does it say? Circuit board. Alright, let me take my notes. Who are these people? What have I magically intuited about them? Biggs Covelin. Ghost originally encountered in the food storage warehouse. He's returning to where he left his wife and is blocking the passage. He is desperate to find something for her to eat. Once he had his fill of chocolates and a drink, he dozed off to sleep and was freed. Man from security camera recordings seems he was directly involved with mining operations, responsible for the discovery of a new mineral at the lunar facility. Okay. So... Biggs Covelin. Allie Covelin. Ghost leaning against the wall in the control passage. She has suffered a grievous injury, but a misplaced earring, apparently a gift from her husband, is her only concern. This is not a healthy relationship. Is this a thing? No, that's... Okay, gotta find an earring. I mean, why did you think steamed vegetables would help a grievous injury? So, like, here's her earring. Like, this is like the second time there's been a find item to give to Ghost Thing, and the item is like literally right there. Which strikes me as bonkers. Oh yeah, I absolutely feel that Duracine was a spiritual sequel to in the Echo Knight genre, but leaning a little more on the fairy side of things that they've cultivated in the Souls games since. Wow. What a conclusion to jump to. Well, I did that. Did I get anything as a result of that? Oh, I wonder if that's what was making my heart race in the elevator. If I was near her, if that I detected that. Okay, so all right. Let's get going. Or maybe my heart will still race when I get in here. I don't know. No? Seem to be feeling alright. So, this is going to first floor. Dispensary room, level 4. I watched Blue Demon contra el Poder Satánico this week. Blue Demon versus the Satanic Power. And I don't feel like it showcased Blue Demon as well as it could have. Frankly. He just used strength of will to defeat that satanic wizard, not wrestling. Okay. Elevator lobby. Go to your right, door to your left, main residential hallway, central hall. Okay. Okay, so I'm going back into the main branching area. There is something that I don't know if the game takes as much advantage of this as it could. But something that is unique about this setting as a place to encounter all these ghosts is that in the haunted mansion slash ocean liner settings of the other two games, you don't get a sense of being doomed anyway. If after you clear out the ghosts, but I'm pretty keenly aware as I'm running around here that even though I'm clearing out the ghosts and helping them all, that itself does not actually save my life, because I am still on a space station that has had a moon station with no engineers to operate it, and that has had a shuttle crash into it. All right. Hall o' Accomplishment is growing.
Why did you come back here? When you disappeared? I thought you went back to Earth. I knew you'd find what you wished for on Earth. That's why I thought you returned. By the power of that red stone. What's wrong with you? Why do you look so strange? Have you forgotten me?
Is this another syringe? It is.
You see that thing on the desk? You can take it with you. Hope you find it useful.
There's the kid who was Jacob Pollux, who was grabbing my helmet. Victor Nickel. Allie Biggs, Covalin Biggs. Immortalized with a Cheeto in his mouth. Oh, so Space Hamlet. So that is an android on this spaceship that when I resolve a ghost's whatever lingering problem, he will paint their picture here on the wall of his room. Oh, huh. I think the glasses and the nose seal it. You're right. There is a resemblance. Yeah, I think the implication is interesting, that there's an android with like second sight that will respond to a ghost being freed and moving on, and I think that that's neat. Okay, escalator. Walkway left, energy area to the left. Man, I remember first time I ever used an FAQ to play through a video game was when it was for Silent Hill 3, because I was so scared of it that I did not want to be without a guide. And I used... It's freaking me out. I used my university's printer to print out the entire damn thing and bring it home with me. Is this where I'm going? Whoa, do. Oh, wrong way. Right, okay. Which reminds me also of using printouts from MapQuest and consulting those very distractedly while driving somewhere. And somebody using the fact that I did not have a GPS as a dig against me at some point. Ah! What's going on? Whatever it is, I don't like it. And now it's, you know, I have a GPS on the same thing that's my alarm clock. Okay. Oh, I wonder if I'm being menaced by the same guy who was grabbing the cameras in the fish hatchery. Okay. Yeah, energy area hallway. Oh, please don't freeze. No, I didn't know you would do this. I would have saved much more conservatively. Oh, killing me, man. Alright, let's try opening and closing it. Dun 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 dun. Oh man, that's frustrating. Try one more time. Something I'm pretty sure you're absolutely not supposed to do, but it's worked in the past, so maybe now. Let's check something here. Well, maybe we'll use the last 15 minutes of this stream to, oh weird, it's not even responding to the soft reset, if you remember this little claw-handed move. Yeah. But that's not even working, so we'll use the last 15 minutes to retrace all of our steps and zip through all that junk. Where did I last save? That is the ultimate haunted camera. The one that kills your game. Wonder what the speedrun situation on this game is. Oh, you're kidding me. All the way back here? Okay. Well, here we go. Let's do this again. Ah! Yeah, that's the thing is, like, I mean, I feel like two kinds of speed runs that are interesting. One is the impossible math, alien brain mind, destroy the universe of the game kind of approach that happens with Ocarina of Time, where it's like, we're going to switch items under these circumstances and replace an integer in the game's floating memory with another one, and that will give us the Master Sword at, like, frame 2 of the game or something like that. So there's that one, which is just like watching somebody, just watching a technician. And then there are the ones where somebody, like, actually just has to be really good at the game. I'm not sure that a speedrun of this would feel like either. Alright, let's try this again. Come on, man. Oh, that's the radio. No, not the radio. Come on! Open the... Yeah! There we go. Yes, exactly. Yes, swimming. Alright. Close this. Turn this dumb thing on. Oh, good. Space Hamlet. Well, the fortunate thing of your of having to do this is you get to see why this man is so funny. All right, we're gonna get this canned drink. What do we call this? This is. So what's the name of this thing? Supplement water. Mmm, delicious. Is it a supplement to water? Is it water that is supplementary? What is? I wish I could read that. Wish I could read that really low res flavor text there. Probably the only flavor this thing has. Hey. All right. Let's talk to our man here. So, he has somebody who's relying on him. He's looked at something, thinks it's a can of food. He is in the food area, so he's at least on the money there. But, yeah, so, sense of urgency. Living a nice life back on Earth. Great home, loyal maids, successful company. Just like... the space tourist vibe, the ultra wealthy space tourist vibe is just jacking up as those accolades, as those bragging items increase. And so yeah, so a guy whose maids apparently were so loyal that he doesn't know what food looks like. And I don't think that's unintentional. I think that's part of his character's vibe. So yeah, so the path forward here. Oh, I don't remember reading this. She's always been a reserved woman, and her angle on the relationship is like, he's not easy to live with. So maybe you're a jerk. So, okay, let's give you a can opener. I guess this makes me one of your loyal maids. Hey, nothing happened. I beg to differ. I know what a can opener is. Right? Yeah, did you ever I think there were like a string of Looney Tunes cartoons where Sylvester the cat needs food, and there's like a single can of food, and he needs a can opener. I think that's either a Sylvester and Tweety or Sylvester and others. Uh, the same basic gag, but I don't know if that's like an entire run of cartoons or if that's just one cartoon that I'm thinking of. But can openers always make me think of that. So now the puzzle solution is to run down the hall. Go over to this thing that I looked at before. Small burner, emergency ration sits on top. Now I insert my can of fuel into there. And emergency food rations. I've got to say, if it's an emergency food ration, I would expect it to be something a little more calorie dense than vegetables. I mean, I'm going to want like a 2,000 calorie meal. And not just in an emergency, frankly, in any event. Alright, fella, here's your lullaby water supplement. I don't understand where it goes. Makes me think of a They Might Be Giants song about a kid being invisible. And the bridge is like, there are details that I haven't worked out. Like when I eat my lunch, does it disappear or do you see it going all the way down? And I feel like that's a question that I want answered here. They Might Be Giants kids songs are great. I've been watching vintage Sesame Street, and I am impressed. I mean, so Sesame Street from the late 70s and the 80s very much has the Jim Henson Muppet Show charm. And it's quite entertaining to watch. I recommend it if you have a kid that you need to entertain and want to be entertained yourself. It's worth it. All right, fella who broke his arm failing to get canned food. Let's see. Oh yeah, Space Hamlet. Actually, funnily enough, I don't think we've ever talked about They Might Be Giants, but you remind me of them, possibly because of your city of location and also the fact that you are an independent musician, as they were in their dust-kicking years early on. Maybe dust-eating years. They had a lot of early songs about being a starving artist. All right, here's the snowflake. Yeah, I got to see They Might Be Giants when they came through town in what was it? 2018? Yeah, 2018. It was a great show. It was a great show. They opened with Anna Ing, and that song opens in general like it opens with a every single instrument hitting a note at the same time. So it's not like drums start in or a guitar leads in, or there's sort of like a layering on effect. And it's just great because the lights are completely down and the entire band starts the song at the exact same time, and it's like you just like get this real sense of how in sync they are. Just amazing musicians. Oh, cool. Yes, here's your earring for your complex relationship. Shogi explained, I think that detail definitely gives some additional insight into that question. Would you, like, what would your superpower be? And you've got, like, flying, invisibility, super strength, or whatever. Like, you've got, like, limited options. But invisibility is always on there. And I think that helps to answer, that puts that to bed, I think. No one can see you, but you can't see anything. I mean, I would assume that it's a similar sort of monkey's paw situation for the other powers also, right? Like, super strength. Well, congratulations, you can no longer touch anything gently. If you pet a cat, you're going to squish it, that sort of thing. Okay, so now I believe it's everything. Did I get everything that I needed from there? Okay. Then let's go up to the first floor. Oh, my joints. Dispensary room, nope. Wonder if that guy grabbing cameras is just going to be like a stalker ghost in any of the, any of the lit passages from here on forward. No, any of the fog passages from here on forward. No, I would love to see They Might Be Giants again. Pandemic put the kibosh on a lot of that for a while. I think John not Flannel, that's not how you pronounce it, but John F. Got into a car wreck and broke a few ribs or something. But yeah, I saw them when they were on their I Like Fun tour.
Why did you come back when you did? What's wrong? Have you?
All right, let's get this.
You see that thing on the desk? Hope you find.
It's a bold choice to make these like paintbrush and little paint tubes and stuff like that just part of the table texture. Kind of reminds me of that old Ren and Stimpy, that Ren and Stimpy style, where if there was a character in a scene, but it was not a speaking character, they would not put it on the same animation cell as the as the speaking active characters. They would just stick them in the background. It's kind of the same vibe. Alright, we're gonna run through here. Because there's a ghost. Who wants to screw with us? Goodbye. Now, save that game. Keep my 3 safeties. And see if I can state this in a non-spoilery way. Space Hamlet, I've gotten to a key boss fight in Tears of the Kingdom that I'm not interested in going back and getting all the hearts that I need in order to withstand the attacks, and I'm not that interested in the tactics involved. So my entire approach involves tanking the enemy. I can take 1 hit and get reduced to a single quarter of a heart. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm hitting it as much as I can with a high-powered weapon, getting hit, be reduced to a quarter of a heart, and then eating something. So Link is just like shoveling food into his mouth this entire time, and I think I'm going to record that and do something with that. So I think that what Link is what I'm going to call his whole hog strategy, meaning he eats a whole hog to get through. All right, let's see if it freezes this time. It did not. All right, so camera 2. Who was messing with us? Yeah, I also kind of, I think that there are some bosses, some enemies that they hit you and you're always going to be reduced to like a quarter of a heart as like a safety thing. Well, I don't know what I was so scared of in here. Shogi, I did the same thing. That is my strategy. I decided I wanted to explore as much as possible, as quickly as possible. So I maxed out my stamina. And I am still only at 4 hearts. The 4th heart is the one you need to be able to leave the tutorial training area. But that's been my approach too, and I've really enjoyed it. I made a video of an invention that I built to beat an optional boss. And this is the kind of ingenuity that it's sort of pushing me back on my heels to use, and I feel like that's sort of the big design idea of the game, is to be sort of ingenious with your inventions. Yes, exactly. I found myself more often than not needing a stamina refresh than I have a heart refresh, so that's one of the reasons why I decided just to... I also wanted to be able to, like, climbing cliff faces, just hit Y and just hoop, 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 all the way to the top instead of wait for Link to conserve energy and climb hand by hand. Yeah. That's the thing, is like I never finished Breath of the Wild. In fact, I don't think I even properly started it. I think I just wandered around to a bunch of shrines and never really finished a single boss. So there's something that's kind of nostalgic and incomplete to my what Tears of the Kingdom evokes for me. But this is about the time I should probably start heading on to bed here. So, but thank you everybody for coming out. Space Hamlet, Dan, Shogi, and Swimmy, if you're still around. It's awesome to see y'all, and I hope to see you next week. And yeah, have a great night.